The dreamer deal is dead. President Trump threatening the nuclear option when passing immigration laws.
Mexico has got to help us at the border. And a lot of people are coming in because they want to take advantage of DACA.
Here now to weigh in is the Director of Policy Studies at the Center for Immigration Studies, Jessica Vaughan. Jessica, thank you for joining us this morning. We appreciate it. What do you think about what you just heard about the threat of the nuclear option?
Well, Congress has been completely dysfunctional on the immigration issue and unable to pass these really urgent reforms that are needed for border security, immigration enforcement, fixing our broken asylum system and the catch and release policies at the border, and giving relief from the huge numbers of immigration to American communities. So something has got to be done. We cannot continue with this dysfunction. So he's right to call for some kind of reform or change in the way Congress is approaching this issue, because what they're doing is definitely not working.
Well, right. That's what I was going to say is, you know, we've had this conversation multiple times now about trying to reach a deal, and it's just not working. So you can't keep doing the same thing over and over again. The president was tweeting about this yesterday. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. I mean, he says Mexico is doing very little, if nothing at all, at stopping people from flowing into Mexico through their southern border and then into the U.S. They laugh at our dumb immigration laws. They must stop the big drug and people flows, or I will stop their cash cow NAFTA need wall. Now, all of this was sparked because there was a report of this group, People Without Borders, essentially bringing a caravan of about 1,200 people, most of them Honduras folks, who were trying to get basically to the border into the United States, and then once here, seek asylum. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. Well, yeah, this is concerning, particularly Mexico's approach to it. Mexico is not enforcing their own immigration laws because they know that these people are headed to the United States. This is typical of how they've handled these situations in the past, is they just kind of wave them through Mexico thinking this is not our problem, it's a problem of the United States. And we have not been assertive enough in our relationship with Mexico to get them to enforce their own laws. And I think right now we need to send the signal to Mexico that they need to deal with this, that we are not going to be just accepting anybody who shows up on our doorstep. Under international law, if people are seeking asylum or safe haven, they're supposed to go to the first safe country they come to, and in this case, that would be Guatemala and Mexico. And so, they should live up to their international obligations and deal with this. If necessary, we can go into Mexico and start, sending the signal that we're not going to just let these people show up on our doorstep. Much as we, are sympathetic to the conditions in their home country, we're willing to work with them on that. But, there's no way that we're just going to do what Angela Merkel did in Europe and say, oh, come on into the United States.
Right.
That's just not going to happen. We're not going to repeat the failed policies of the Obama administration either,
Jessica,
where people show up and get released.
We're running out of time, but I want to get your opinion on where the conversation goes from here.
Well, the Democrats have been very resistant to any deal on immigration. So I think the president has to continue what he's been doing and make the case for more border security, more immigration enforcement, allow immigration agents and officials to do their job and enforce our laws, and send the signal internationally that, we're simply not going to look the other way at illegal immigration.
Jessica Vaughan, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, good conversation. 55 minutes after the hour. From mugshots to Ivy League, is Lindsay Lohan headed to Harvard?